What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today on Madden 20, doing another realistic style rebuild, this time of the Patriots, of course, with Cam Newton. I know, shocker, right? You didn't expect this one to come at all. This is just out of the blue. No one knew this was going to happen. Also, the thing that's kind of interesting is, Cam Newton always signs for the Patriots in our little rebuild universe. So we're probably about to break Madden because, he's not going to join the team. But what I would like you to do is join the channel's family by subscribing and liking. Jokes aside, if you guys want to see more rebuilds, subscribe. I'll do a bunch of those this year, next year. It's just going to keep happening. There's going to be great content. I'll also have a franchise selection video out soon enough. We usually do 2 to 3 franchises in a year, and you guys probably seen that poll, so one of the teams is already pretty much announced, but we'll have a proper video for that. And in the future, looking at the rest of the squad, I would like to trade a lot of these old guys off, but some of these guys are actually on contract. I know Jeromepkr, I believe, signed a 1-year deal, if I'm not mistaken. He's a pretty good overall, so I wouldn't want to get rid of him anyways for the first season, but there are some valuable players here. You got Jonathan Jones, J.C. Jackson. This team doesn't need all of these DBs to start. They really don't, so I don't know what the number is on Jeromepkr, but it's very likely he does stay. However, I don't know. Maybe we can find a good trade. I don't think we can. Honestly, I don't. But regardless, let's get on with it, I suppose. Also, if you didn't know, the Patriots are the weirdest defense in the entire league. I just wanted you to make sure you knew that fact. It's 100% a fact. And I really don't know what the story is going to be for us because ultimately, this team has some guys with good dev. We gave Josh, the rookie, is it Uche? I really don't. I don't know. We gave him star. We gave Duggar star, but we did leave Anthony Jennings at normal. Whoever made this roster put him as a really good overall. I had to up his speed, though. He was a 72 overall, but for some reason only 62 speed, so I don't know what the hell that was all about. But as far as longtime starters go, I suppose Gilmore, J.C. Jackson, Bentley, and then on offense, the left guard all the way up to the right guard. And then everything else, I don't know. Cam Newton's on a 1-year deal here for us. Depends on what he provides is what we'll decide if we want to keep him or not, which, let's be honest, it's a Cam Newton rebuild. There's a pretty good chance we're keeping him no matter how he plays. I think we're going to add a wide receiver from free agency who I believe is still a free agent in real life, Mr. Taylor Gabriel. I don't think he's going to be a long-time guy, but I think he'll be good enough for a season for us until we actually have a little bit more chance with the free agency period and, of course, the draft itself. As far as tight end goes, we might want to go for a tight end like Jordan Reed. Is he retired or is he just a free agent? I think he is a free agent, so we're going to go for Mr. Jordan Reed as well. Add some weapons for Cam Newton. Of course, in Carolina, the weapons really not that great throughout his entire career. And apparently Jameis Winston's a free agent here when he's not supposed to be. And at least his offensive line is better, and these receivers, I suppose, are pretty similar to what he's had. So we're obviously going to have to work hard to get even better ones, but as far as right now, this isn't the worst I've seen. Of course, we still have N'Keal Harry. I think N'Keal Harry should still probably... Well, no. Mohamed Sanu really didn't work out for them. And I'm half tempted to just not even start him. I don't know if N'Keal Harry is the answer, but I guess maybe we'll try, I suppose. But yeah, I would assume for the most part, this is what the roster is basically going to look like for the first year. This is going to be a very interesting one come next season. Very interesting offseason. All right, so looking at the re-signings, Devin McCourty wants another year on the list, and we know that he does last pretty decently long. So we'll give him another year. Maybe we'll trade him off, maybe not. Justin Bethel, not a bad special teamer at all. Cam Newton wants a 3-year, $74 million deal. We have to see how he's playing before we do anything like that. Taylor Gabriel and Jordan Reed, of course, same deal. They're asking for a lot. These three are asking for a lot of money considering they're kind of on the last list for, players that people wanted to keep. Speaking of players that we want to keep, I'm going to only give Adam Butler a 2-year deal because he's not super great, but he's good enough. All right, so Cam Newton looks like he wants to play for another team, while this team that he's currently on is in the playoffs at 10-6. It looks like Cam Newton can save the day. Super Cam Let's take a look at the actual season itself. Of course, you see 10-6 is a great season, but the rest of the division was just terrible, so it really wouldn't have mattered anyways, as long as you went 8-8 or better. And then looking at the stats, Cam Newton probably will go to superstar development. This is going to end up becoming a tag situation. MVP Cam basically in full swing, just about. N'Keal Harry's star, which really sucks because he had a chance at star earlier in the year and he failed. If he didn't fail that, he would be superstar, making him a bona fide starter of the future. Looking at sack totals, Josh was all right. The rest, very disappointing. Pick totals, in general, just very disappointing. Cairo Santos, 10 for 10. Was Cam MVP? He was 1 away. No way. I mean, going against Patrick Mahomes is a pretty tough task. So, still really good. Really does suck that he just got completely screwed. If Mahomes was in the NFC side, or he was, Cam was still in the NFC side, he would have had a chance at all of those awards. But unfortunately, Mahomes was the better of the two. But nevertheless, still back in the playoffs for Mr. Cam Newton. 85 overall Patriots versus the 80 overall Texans. Was that? Not a really good look there. It's going to be a very interesting one, though, because you look at the roster and, there are some decent pieces right now. Maybe we did deserve to make the playoffs. But as far as the future goes, defense needs so many players. Offense needs so many players. I mean, unless we get a bunch of steals in free agency, this team, I don't really see. I mean, you can even see in this game right now, we're getting destroyed. I just don't see this team being even close to ready for, a Super Bowl contendership. I like the effort here by the Patriots, and hell, they might even be able to pull this crazy comeback off, but a little too late. 30, I mean, not even close on defense. Oh, maybe. What's the situation? Is the clock going to be running here? It will be, won't it? Yeah, it is, unfortunately. Get back there, Devin. They might kick it. You never know. Why would they kick it? Like, there's literally no point. Pick that up. Oh, nice little block there. Devin McCourty. Yeah, he's still fast-ish. Just he's kind of on the older side. Still a really good comeback attempt, but he's got to do better in the first half. It was just terrible. Cam Newton was pretty bad, to be honest, but overall great season. Just they weren't ready. They just simply weren't ready. Let's go to the Super Bowl. Of course, we know Cam is in the Pro Bowl. Cam 1,000% sure will be. Rams versus Chiefs. Interesting. 1,000% sure will be superstar development, which will be a tag situation from us. What else do we have? Really? I'm sorry, boys. I'm sorry. This is a forced dev situation. I do not care. Of course, N'Keal Harry is star development, which it's not really that special at all. We are likely to get rid of Jordan Reed. Very likely to get rid of Taylor Gabriel. Defensively, we didn't have a single dev up here either, it would appear, right? No, I don't think we did. Was really pulling for Dante Hightower, which unfortunately didn't get a dev up. But, I mean, another season, I don't know, dude. Maybe we put Kyle at free safety. I don't know. Is Phillips already star? Yeah, he was. This was, I mean, as far as a good season goes, this really wasn't that good of a season. But like we said, it was going to be a weird one. We definitely knew it was going to be a weird one. Cam Newton, we are going to be giving the franchise tag of 24.6, which is pretty low for being completely fair. Not Cam Newton, Taylor Gabriel and Jordan Reed, yeah, those contracts, especially how old they are. I will try to, match that in a 1-year sense of guaranteed money if they're cool with that. Jordan Reed said no, and Taylor Gabriel says no. I could have sworn the Patriots were in a better cap situation, by the way. We're letting Mo Sanu go, by the way. I don't know what his situation is in real life, but I can't imagine they gave him a huge offer. But yeah, we should be able to save a decent bit of money. Who's making all the money on this team? Shaq Mason, fair enough. Marcus Cannon is kind of making a little bit, considering he's not super great. Devin McCourty, we did give a pretty high contract to. Stephon Gilmore makes sense because he's the best cornerback in the league, basically. Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst situation in the world, I suppose. Real question, is there any value picks here in free agency? I'm not going to worry about spending a lot of money on a great pass rusher anymore. The only ones I will think about is DT, which ironically you see a guy like Chris Jones here, which I think this team has been missing quite a bit since Vince Wilfork called it quits. So I think, as we always do, we're going to try and attempt at getting him and fail miserably. Can we, fully guarantee this? I would totally give him that deal. Screw it, man. How does EA please learn how to code a game? Once again, I don't know a damn thing about coding. But then again, I don't get paid to code. Make the decisions proper. How is it the exact same want as the contract? Like, we're literally handing him his entire contract value at signing day. Why wouldn't he want that? How does that make any sense? Hell, we even offered him more money on that contract. I don't know, dude. I really don't know, and I'm going to stop caring now because we know the way the game goes. Zach Pascal would be nice, but we do need to save a little bit of money, which, once again, is kind of surprising. I thought the Patriots are in such a good cap situation, but I guess not. Let's be honest, we're not going to get Chris Jones, but maybe. We got Taywan Taylor. We did get Chris Jones. Okay, we did offer a little bit more, so it was, very close to $70 million. But as far as Chris Jones's talent goes, I am impressed that we actually got him because it usually doesn't go that way for us. We do have the option now to get rid of Lawrence Guy or Simon, both pretty damn old, so it doesn't really matter which one we choose, but I suppose Lawrence Guy probably is the better talent, right? Yeah, so if we can get rid of Simon, I would love to because we can move Butler over to left end. It really comes down to who has the worst contract situation is going to be the one to stay out, unfortunately, but sometimes that's how it goes. Edelman, I think, is in a really good spot for a contract, right? Obviously, he's going to retire for us. Ooh, maybe not really good spot. In a spot. He's in a spot. I don't know if it's good or bad. We got Taywan Taylor as a backup as well, so I'm not going to say we're in a good spot, but we added a really good defender. I suppose that's a thing, right? We should try to get rid of Jason McCourty, because I believe in real life he wouldn't even be on contract right now. We trade Simon and McCourty to the Cardinals for a 4th-round pick. I know that's not great, but at least the cap situation improves slightly. And if this was a rebuild where we needed a quarterback or we needed a wide receiver, well, I mean, we do kind of need a wide receiver, but we wouldn't be able to land one of the great ones. We would use a real-life roster, but since we do have a bad pick as well, we're just going to go with a random generated one. A lot of you guys have said that's what you prefer anyways, so that's what we're going to do here. All right, so wow, the Raiders have number 2 and 3. Let's see them choke this one. Good corner and an interesting left outside linebacker. I think both those picks were great. We have, as far as draft picks go, there's no real wide receiver number in the 1st round. However, there's one in the 2nd round we might be able to trade up for. There's a DT and a D-end in this class as well that I think is great. I think really we're just going to go whoever is there. If we're lucky, we won't have to trade up. If we're unlucky, right around here is when we're going to have to. And yikes, some of those picks were terrible. Oh, my Lord. Don't go linebacker. And there is one of the guys we had, Dumas, which is almost like dumbass. And then here is the DT. So Dennis Blizzard, we're going to be trading up to pick 19 with the Niners. They don't really need a DT, but best available, he could play end if he had to. Do they need DT? I thought they drafted one. I don't know. I guess Kinlaw's not good enough. We trade them 24 and 98 with Cowart for 19. I believe we're going to go for Blizzard because, once again, we do have a wide receiver. He doesn't look absolutely insanely good, but as far as this class goes, he's by far the best, and we need to work on upgrading our wide receiver and tight end position ASAP. So as long as we wait, the worse our position gets for the future. But I think this is by far the best pick we have. Very versatile, and hopefully, can earn one of the starting roles on the defensive line. He is 75 overall hidden. As far as overall goes, worse than the other guy, but a very solid pick nonetheless. Of course, like we said, hidden on top of it. So let's go to the next round. What was that wide receiver? Was he a mid-second? Because this could be a very expensive trade-up, which I don't know. Late second. Okay, so we could probably wait till maybe 8 or 9. If he's gone, that would suck, but it's not the worst thing in the world. We do still have starting receivers for the season, at least. A couple of DTs. Some really good DTs in this class. And I did say 8, so thankfully we didn't lose our guy. Let's go to the Vikings. Wide receiver's not the biggest thing to have on their needs, so, we're trading up for something they don't even really need, so that should be fine. 41. I don't know what that's going to cost. Then 56, 102, and Elan Roberts for 41, which hopefully his wide receiver is good, because if not, that really sucks because we did just trade up with pretty much our last decent trade-up chance. Tank Reed, the skills are a little rough, but the speed is good. Just be hidden, that's all I care about. And he is. Okay, 70 overall hidden, 31 in true talent. We took him 41, so as far as... Ooh, he's not as fast as I thought he was going to be. I mean, he's got potential. Hopefully that's Superstar or X Factor, but yeah, I mean, he's a good pick, right? Cam Newton probably will be the QB for our future, so I don't really know if we even need to go for this QB we've seen in the list here. Kyle Wiesevich, he is gone. We have a safety as well. I don't really think we can do much with that, though. That's not a great player. Hamels, chance of this being a good pick, very slim. So I think we're going to trade down to something in the fourth. Mid-fourth, if we do end up having a chance at that linebacker, we're going to take him. Rhett Hamels, maybe future replacement for Dante Hightower. I don't know. He is a 69 overall. He is actually really fast, though. Okay, I mean, he's got potential. He's young, right? 21, 22. Okay, that's not terrible. We don't have a fifth-round pick, though, so do we have anything here? We have Batten. I'm trying to think. Is Batten good enough? What about this guy? I mean, they're all looking kind of 50-50. I would say Stevens looks the best. I think we're going to try to trade this for a next year fourth round and then take Stevens at 24 in the sixth. Add something for next year. Let's trade a seventh as well. That's a pretty fair trade, right? And they'll take it. I mean, usually they don't take it if it's super unfair. I just hope some of these guys are actually here. So Stevens, I mean, if this guy's good, I mean, I guess to be fair, if he's bad, we'll probably take Gray. But Justin Stevens, tackle. And okay, this is huge. This is a steal and a half. Not only that, but he's 6 foot freaking 8. I'm half tempted to take the other guy now because, you know, this guy looked decent. I was hoping for a hidden. I really didn't know what we were actually going to get. But okay, I mean, that's pretty good. We don't really need a fullback, so yeah, if Gray's there, we're going to take Gray as well. Probably going to be pretty bad. I mean, he's a good overall. He's not bad, but normal, unfortunately. What is the fullback? Should we just trade up for the fullback as well? Let's make the fullback Mr. Irrelevant. Actually, no one ever trades up for Mr. Irrelevant. We traded next year's 7th round to the Packers for their 7th round now. And we're going to take Ken Cole, who looks pretty decent. You know, maybe a future fullback for us. 70 overall normal. As far as rookie fullbacks go, outside of hidden, you can't really get much better than that anyway. So we did actually land a pretty damn good draft. And depending on what the devs look like, this could be, you know, a home run style draft. We landed, I believe, 3 hidden players. Blizzard was solid. His development is only star. I was really hoping he was going to be superstar or X Factor. And then we have Tank Reed, who is also only star. But once again, still a really good player. I think this should be a single digit, or I don't know what number, though. Let's put number 18, I suppose. 19 is Slater, I believe. So I don't want to disrespect his legendary status. And then Justin Stevens, most likely another star development guy, and yeah, he is. So, I mean, we landed some starting players, considering, you know, what our draft picks were. Not terrible, and we did add a 4th next year. So, I don't know. It wasn't a great draft, but it could have been a lot worse, basically. All right, this is what the starting roster looks like. Of course, Tank Reed, we know, is a young, up-and-coming guy, so I think he will make maybe the number 2 or number 3 spot. Stevens will start as well because he's got way more potential than Cannon. Tight end, I'm going to try to find someone free agency or the trade block. Sony Michel should start again because he at least has a little bit of potential at 25 years old. Really wish he would have had a dev up that he had a breakout chance at. Defensively, you know, nothing really changes too much other than Chris Jones. And then, of course, Blizzard will start at the left end position. But yeah, still a lot more left to go on this one. Of course, cornerback looks pretty solid. Oh yeah, Duggar is going to start as well because he's literally like the same age. Well, not age. He's 24. He is kind of on the older side as far as youngsters go, but he's the same overall pretty much. And yeah, I mean, hopefully we can get cheaper soon, even though we do have 2 defenders making like 20 mil a year basically, and then McCourty's not too far behind. We offer Gray and a 2nd round pick to the Buccaneers for OJ Howard, and honestly I don't feel like that's enough, so I'm going to offer them a 4th round on top of it. I don't know why I didn't just add that in the beginning, but kind of the reverse of what we had in our Buccaneers rebuild as of recent. But that's obviously a huge addition to the team because obviously, you know, tight end position not super great here. Of course, we will have to re-sign him, but we should have the cap space for it. I think honestly, it was a good move, and the team is starting to come together a little bit. And we got a few more re-signings, and by few more, I mean we literally haven't re-signed anyone yet. There's the cap space I know and love. 5-year deal worth about $35 million for O.J. Howard. Dante Hightower, I cannot guarantee a contract to. I will guarantee a contract to J.C. Jackson. David Andrews, another guy we will give a contract to. Cam Newton, this is going to be an interesting one now, because a 2-year $50 is super, super fair. But I just don't know if we can guarantee... Oh, we got to add more years to this. I don't know if we can... yeah, we'll just re-sign him. Screw it. He's done well. Actually, I should have only made that a 4-year, whatever. James White as well, probably a guy we let go. I will say regarding Cam, though, as far as 8 games go, it's looking a little rough, but a 2-year $50, I mean, he deserves it. Oh, come on, man. Just take the contract. You signed with us on a veteran minimum, and we're offering you $50 million over 2. Just please, man. And for Devin McCourty, I know 1 year 6.8-ish is a little high, considering we know he's going to drop to like 82, 83, but I think he should pretty much retire as a Patriot. And if we leave it till the end, we're going to end up losing him, and we're going to have to tag him, which will be even more. So, I don't know. Lawrence Guy, I think we just let him go. Tyus, we just signed him free agency recently. A lot of these guys we will let go. Cairo Santos, he had a really good regular season, so, you know, ignore the overall, ignore the kick accuracy. At the end of the day, if he plays well, I will allow him to rejoin us. All right, heading to the playoffs. We get a bye week, even with a loss to the 4-11 Rams. 11-5, of course, the rest of the division, as usual, just terrible. So, interesting stuff there. Going to take a look at our stats. Like I said, Cam Newton wasn't doing really that well early on, but holy crap, did he turn around at the 8-win mark. Well, not 8-win, it was 5-3. At the 8-game mark, he was 14 touchdowns, 4 picks, and like 1,400 yards. He absolutely slammed it, and he might actually go back up to X Factor status. Sony Michel might go to Superstar. N'Keal Harry will go to Superstar. Hell, Tank Reed had a really good season. O.J. Howard was pretty solid. So far, looking at all the stats, it was a very good season across the board. Will Hightower go to Superstar? I don't know. And I don't know if it matters because, you know, we probably won't re-sign him. Josh, kind of a down season. Sacks for Winovich were decent. Picks, Dante Hightower was pretty solid. Stephon Gilmore, 6 is pretty much a max for picks on a season, I believe. Cairo Santos, he only missed 2 kicks and both were blocked, so I think we're going to re-sign Cairo Santos. Speaking of awards, how was our... man, Cam Newton's getting screwed. Number 2 again, behind Mahomes again. Dante Hightower, Defensive Player of the Year. Tank Reed, Rookie of the Year. Blizzard at number 4. Any other award wins? Couple of number 2s. Wow, number 2s all over the place here. That's... when you don't clean up after your dog. Dante Hightower, best linebacker. Gilmore, number 2 on DB. I mean, what else can we do? We're so close there. 11-5, though. Very good stuff. Let's take a look. Who are we going against? The Colts. Okay, very interesting team there. And I'm really interested to see Super Bowl time because these dev-ups could be very interesting. 86 to their 86. 2 old-ish veteran quarterbacks. One, you know, Cam, not super, super old at this point, but, you know, old enough. Ooh, a little bit of snow. I think that's the big thing you're going to see from Cam in comparison to Tom Brady is when it's in the snow, Cam is going to be set up for more big plays because he'll be able to run and, you know, extend plays and maybe even run some people over. Looking all right in this game so far, 17-10. Kind of an iffy one, though. I'm a little worried. I think, you know, we're not scoring enough or at all. But thankfully, this Patriots defense kills it. What a boring second half. But it was enough in the first to hold on. Cam Newton, good job. I mean, he played well. He just, you know, we just didn't score any more points. Sony Michel, the ground game in general, just really not doing super well. Sack totals, Josh killed it. And, you know, they were actually pretty solid too. Jadeveon, been joining the Colts lately in our rebuilds, and boy, is that rough. Speaking of rough, another block. I mean, in fairness, blocks really aren't the kicker's fault always, but at the same time, this is a pretty record number amount of blocks I've seen a kicker have. 2 in the regular season, 1 in the postseason. I don't know. It's a little iffy. N'Keal Harry finally developing as that number 1 wide receiver that the Patriots hope from him. and here I'm scared. We are going up against Patrick Mahomes, the league MVP, and his insane receiving group. We're in 87 overall now. They are in 85, so if last game is any signal, we should do all right, right? Maybe. I mean, as far as the overalls go, of course, as far as actually playing last week was terrible. Apparently, it doesn't matter where you're playing because the AFC is going to be snowy. Left to right is us. Don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but right now it's tied up 3-3. And right before half, no one will score. This is a very interesting game. Offense gets 6, and we missed the extra point. I don't know if it was blocked. Let's slow down. Another missed extra point. And they are... How did they get a field goal? I don't even know. But Cam Newton and company moving on the field with some intent. Now up by 4 points. This is for the Super Bowl shot. The Chiefs, with 3 minutes left, will put up the lead scoring touchdown. We're now driving down really nicely. Overtime, Patriots, Chiefs. What a game. And on 3rd and 1, it's a sack, I believe. Defense, you got to make a play. And what a... I'm no expert, but that's not 15 yards there, buddy. Okay, we're coming in and hopefully, I don't even know, dude, force some sort of fumble or something. I don't know. If we block a field goal, it's legit. I don't care what anyone wants to say. It's legit. What the hell are they doing? They don't need to block a field goal because they're going to convert. Like, that's so stupid. And that's a fumble. It's a live ball, and he's going to be down for the count. That is 100% legit. I thought they were going to run it. We were just trying to stop the run. Mahomes, 99 overall MVP, cover boy, fumbles the ball. That's on him. That's no one else's fault. Although here we're not even moving the ball. Is that first down? Oh, it's a first down. Cairo Santos, please. And we win the game. As far as bad, sleazy, cheating things we've done on the channel, that is nowhere near the worst we've done. I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's even helping us in this case, but long story short, we're on to the Super Bowl. I don't care what anyone says. That's legit. You know, I didn't freaking force the hit or anything like that. It just happened. It just happened. Sony Michel with a 115-yard game, finally performing, receiving Tyreek Hill. Absolutely smoked us. Defensively, Chris Jones killed it. Bentley killed it. Josh killed it. Pick total, Devin McCourty had a pick. What a game. What a game. Who was the one that forced the fumble, actually? Was it McCourty? Oh, okay, this is legit. Who else but the fumble-forcing master, the playoff savior himself, Dante Hightower, time and time again. The man has done it. If we can tag him for another season, whether he gets the superstar or not, we're doing it because he set us up for another huge Super Bowl chance, this time with the new QB, Cam Newton. Who's the Super Bowl contender? Who is it? Show us that can... Oh, Jesus. The Saints, no. I don't even think they have Drew Brees. Drew Brees is a free agent. He was like an 88 overall. I don't think they were the biggest bidders, were they? Of course, we do see Cam Newton legitimately earning X Factor here. He's an 83 overall. Just an absolute beast of a man. Turned the career around. And, he's back on top. And, of course, we see N'Keal Harry up to superstar development. Defensively, any dev-ups? We unfortunately do not see any dev-ups on defense. Come on, Hightower. This was your chance. We would have re-signed you to like a 2-year or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm lying. We got some upgrades to use before we play those Saints, though. And Tink Reed, he's got a, secretive, sneaky little decent season for himself, who is going to be very close to an 81 overall. Short route 4. I mean, he does need short route D, desperately, but, it seemed like he got an Excel, maybe 2, and a speed on the season. I don't remember really looking at him, but I feel like that's the case, right? We get Dante Hightower to 87 overall and the scheme fit. The man is just a playmaker. He just makes it happen. What was that hit power? Is it 93, 94 hit power? He's kind of a freak, but Jesus, that high. 90 hit power. Okay, dude. Still really good. But here it is. The New Orleans Saints. Actually, before we do this, because I almost always forget, I'm not guaranteeing that we're going to win this game, but in case we do, I almost always forget to show you guys that we didn't, force any wins or anything like that, even though we did, we got into that game with the Chiefs and watched that one, and, kind of played a little bit of a part, but I know I would forget whether we win or lose this game, so 87 all, this is for the big one, Cam Newton, making the Patriots Super Bowl contenders. Can they do it? I'm going to say probably not, right? The Saints probably a pretty tough task, but you never know. Going to the end of the game, Saints start out strong with a touchdown drive. We answer back with 7, though. Defense makes a play, but their defense makes a play. So far, a very 50-50 matchup. They do get the field goal before half. We get the touchdown to start up the second half. They get the touchdown, but miss the extra points. It's looking pretty good. We're up 12 right now, and the Patriots, led by Cam Newton, are Super Bowl effing champions. Now, will we be able to do this back-to-back? I have no clue. But, of course, we can't end it on a 2-season rebuild. Come on. Especially with the Jets' failures of recent. We got to at least do another year, maybe even 2. You guys know I like to get those 2 Super Bowl wins out of 3 years, which, as of lately, when I've been saying that, usually doesn't happen. But I feel okay about it. You know, this team has one of the biggest, most important, underrated things you can go for in a Madden sim. And that's a good offensive line. Whether they play well or not, it just seems like the teams with good O-lines do win the most. And, of course, Cam Newton, outside of that pick, had a damn near perfect game. Absolutely impressive. Superstar X Factor. He should have went to Superstar on his own the first year. I mean, this season, last one, outside of the yards, was technically just as bad, just the same, if not worse. Very similar years, and, he was going from Superstar to X Factor. He gets the dev up, whereas he went from Star to Superstar, couldn't get it. So I think that was totally fair, completely fair. And it seems to be fair because he legit earned it. He earned the X Factor nod, and even if he didn't, he was still pretty much the same exact overall, whether he had the dev up or not. And let's go. Let's go on to another season. Come on. Enough talking nonsense. Of course, as far as stats go, that Richards guy had more yards, but we did have the more successful game, and we did have more rushing yards on the game. So you add all that together, it makes sense. Defensively, sack totals, pretty good stuff. Chris Jones, he wasn't really the force I was hoping he was going to be, but we do run a multiple defense, so things happen. We're looking at the negotiations. Of course, Dante Hightower wants a 2-year 17.7, which isn't really that bad. I'd actually be willing to give him the 2-year 19 if he wants to join. Really? Doesn't want to play for... Oh, we can't sign him either. Wait, did we not sign Cam? I did sign him. He wants pretty much the same exact... Oh, yeah, I forgot to sign him, actually. My bad, Cam. Thank you. 3-year. Probably stupid to go 3 years, but I feel like he's earned it, and we can't accidentally left it for super long. Cairo Santos is kind of just a glitch. Obviously, the moment we pay him, he's not going to be, but still, we're going to give him the contract. Devin should still be on the team for at least another year or 2, so we're going to extend that right now. And then as far as anyone else goes, I don't know if we can really afford it long-term. Maybe we find somebody here. I don't think we can keep any of these guys, though. Really want Dante Hightower back, so if we can get him back in free agency, I would love to. If not, unfortunate. Thanks for bailing us out and send us to the bowl. Right, how much cap space do we have, and can we clear up more? We have 38.4 mil, which is actually pretty damn good. Let's see if, once again, we can get rid of anyone. Joe needs a contract. Gilmore will get a contract, which should be cheaper. Anyone else? Marcus Cannon, please be like 2 mil cut. Thank you very much. That is savior of the money. More money saved, boys. Marquise Lee, Phillips as well. We might be saving money. It's not crazy money, but it's something. George Kittle is in free agency. Thanks, guys. I am so happy you guys decided to let George Kittle go after we have OJ freaking Howard signed. There is a 14 overall difference there. Nice. Love it. Can't really go for a Woozier. It's not a bad contract. It's just we can't really afford it. Dante Hightower, though, that's our guy. But let's see if there's anyone else we can potentially go for backup-wise, maybe. So we offered on this right tackle who was like a 76 overall star development player. We offered him a 3-year 21 mil deal, which was the best. He didn't want it. But we did get Hightower, who is on a 2-year 12 mil. And then we did get Xavier Woods, who's also on a 3-year 12 mil. Well, this time he's a 3-year and 12 mil. And the reason why we went for Xavier Woods is, shockingly enough, Devin McCourty, he actually retired, which is a bit of a shock because, of course, Devin McCourty usually lasts longer than that. Jonathan Jones, we've seen what he can become. 27 years old, 84 overall, fast as hell, great man corner. I'd be willing to say late second, early third is his value, and I think we will trade him because, of course, it is going to cost quite a bit to retain him, so I think we should just trade him off first and foremost. And then as far as what we should draft, wide receiver probably on, you know, the horizon a little bit. Probably not the biggest need, though. Running back, definitely going to look at that position. Offensive line, probably look at that because, you know, the center, left guard, right guard, it's not the super, you know, the most young positions in the league. You know, you got 28 years old there, another 28 years old here, and I believe 29 for David Andrews. So definitely going to look at O-line. Defensively, you know, middle linebacker for sure. Pass rusher, Winovich is decent. I just don't know if he's the actual answer at the position, so we'll keep an eye on that position as well. Defensive line as well, right end probably. But outside of that, I mean, it's not, you know, it looks actually really damn good. We actually have potential, and of course, we did just win the Super Bowl. We ended up with some backup cornerbacks, some 70 overalls, but we also did land Tariq Cohen as a backup running back, and a team like this could do a lot with a guy like Tariq, which is kind of weird to say it like that, but, you know. Thoughts on Isaiah Wynn? I think he's going to want pretty much a 10 mil per year deal, which I think we'll give him. I don't know. Well, I think we will. We also have Sony Michel, who I think we should give him the option. Yeah, we're going to give him the option because I don't really know exactly what I want to do with that running back position just yet. Sony Michel did have a pretty improved season. Did he go up to Superstar, actually? He didn't, damn. But yeah, not even Superstar, 26, 85 overall, pretty much locked around 84 to 87, I'd say. We got a lot of backups, specifically at the corner position. Definitely set to be able to trade off Mr. Jonathan Jones. And as far as what we have to draft, I think we have another defensive lineman. We also do have a proper corner we could draft as well, but there's also a third-round corner who looks absolutely insane. So I think, we have the Oilers, which is a very interesting one. I think we're going to go to like 22, 23, and then maybe trade up for that DN. Ironically, his last name is going to make a lot of you inappropriate children laugh. We give the Falcons, who recently lost Tack McKinley, 32, and Anthony Jennings for 22. Which I believe we will be taking inappropriate name himself, Ace Cummins. I'm sorry. These are the corners we have as well. Rashad Daniels fits at that number 3 spot very nicely. However, Sean Bates we can wait a little bit on, which allows us to go for more players. We don't need that many D linemen, and even if we did, that guy doesn't look great. We do have also have a very interesting power back. You can see skills look insane. Young, huge, and actually really freaking fast. So I think we're going to go for him. But first things first, let's go for Cummins, who doesn't look absolutely insane. However, pretty solid top skills, pretty decent bench press, and very fast. Maybe replaces one of the other older linemen we have on the defensive line. Actually, let me make sure we do need him. I'm pretty sure we do. Yeah, we need him. Okay. I'm just making sure. We do have Butler still, but yeah, we do need this guy. Please be good, because obviously, we did trade up a decent bit to get here. Ace Cummins, and another really good defensive lineman rookie that we have drafted, and he looks very solid. Obviously, not the greatest of pass rushers, but really pretty decent, and that strength, 92, is pretty high for 36 bench press reps. Now, as far as, what we will be drafting next, I think we're going to move to, like, maybe 10 in the second round, 10, 14, something around that, and then we're going to trade up for the corner. If he's gone, he's gone, fair enough. The corner does look very solid. You guys seen the potentials, but at the end of the day, we don't really need corner anyways, so let's just, we'll relax. But yeah, I think we can maybe trade up Jonathan Jones for a late second and end up grabbing this corner, perhaps. Let's see what we can do with the Niners, actually. Wait, just the Niners? None of the next couple of teams really need corner. The Bucks really need one. If we can go to corner, go to the Buccaneers. I don't know if that Ray guy or whatever was the guy or not, but the Buccaneers desperately need corner. We trade Jonathan Jones in 102 for pick 49, in which I believe our corner is still there, Mr. Sean Bates. He looks really good, and I'm glad we didn't miss him. And he was really good. Unfortunately, is normal development, which is really interesting, but I mean, he still looks really good. Hit power 72, 71 catching. If the man in zone were flipped, I'd actually start this dude at free safety, but unfortunately they're not. So unless we put him at strong and then move Duggar, I think we're just going to keep him at number 3 corner for now. Kind of wish we didn't get Woods, actually. I don't know. Maybe we will start him. I don't know. So we trade 96 in Butler for 87 from the Ravens, which we will take the running back. Not even really sure why I want him so much. We have Cohen. We have Sony Michel for at least another year. But this running back just intrigues me. Actually, let's take a look what else we have. We do have the free safety Cohen. The Cohen guy is really solid, but usually these are bad devs. Hughes looks like he could actually be like one of those superstar steals. Yeah, I'm going to go with Hughes. I'm going to go with Hughes. Who, okay, everyone relax. 71 overall hidden. Maybe we're right. Looks really good. This guy looks like a lot of fun. That's what she said. Very fast for a power back. Okay, I don't know, maybe. And as far as our draft goes, I mean, we have that Roth guy, but he doesn't really look trade-up worthy, so I think we're just going to let him go. The last pick we have is a kicker, which I suppose we will take because our kicker, Santos, we signed him to, what, a 2-year deal. He's on the older side. You never know. And I don't think a late 5th. Well, late 5th from the Browns. You know, we're getting a late 4th. You know, we know the Browns are going to be a top 5 team in the league, so I suppose it's not terrible. So draft our kicker in the 6th. Not really super high. Clyde Flanagan. And he's hidden. So not high at all. Okay, this guy's actually decent. I'm half tempted to start him now. And let's trade the rest of our picks down. Well, it's only 1 pick anyways. We added a tiny bit for next year. Nothing much, but, you know, we got a little bit for next year, considering we did land some players we really wanted. We landed every freaking hidden, except for the corner, which kind of sucks because the corner was insane. Ace Cummins, unfortunately, is only star, but these things happen. I keep forgetting Bates is normal. Hughes, like I said, I mean, I kind of felt like he was one of those sneaky little superstars. And, okay, he's good, but he is only star. And then Clyde Flanagan, it's been ages since we had a superstar rookie kicker, and it's going to continue. A little bit of a lesser draft, but we did trade up a decent bit, so it kind of makes sense. But the team is still really good. Looking at the team, we actually do have it set up where Hughes is going to be the starting running back. And the reason why I'm going to do this is because Sony Michel in real life also had that backup kind of role where he's kind of splitting the carries. I do like Sony Michel. I think he is great. But I think this Hughes guy has the potential to do something really special. I just feel like this team could really benefit from a super power back starting on their team. Of course, number 23 looks a little weird for him, but we'll change that. And I will monitor it. If he's not doing well to start the season, we could easily just put Sony Michel back in there in the starting lineup. And then looking at the defensive side of things, it looks really good. It's really all I could say. All right, so we already knew about one of these re-signings. It's Stephon Gilmore. We're going to give him a 2-year deal. It's slightly less than what he was already earning. Okay. Joe Thuney, we'll give him a 3-year deal similar to what we gave to David Andrews. Lads, please, we just won a Super Bowl. It's fair, okay? Isaiah Wynn is a little on the costly side. 85 overall, though. Yeah, I think he should get the contract script. He'll be an 85 overall after we use the upgrades. Jawan Bentley, now that is a favorable contract, but it is a super lengthy one. Yeah, I guess we'll sign him. Kerrigan, no. Dontari Poe, I don't even know when the hell we got him, to be honest. We have a lot of backups. I mean, we could afford everyone. I think we are just going to re-sign everyone you see. Obviously, outside of the oldies. Going to the playoffs, we win last second. Oh, the rest of the division's starting to come up a little bit, except, of course, for the Jets. We lost a bunch of games in a row. 4 in a row. It was priming up to be our best season yet, and then I don't know what the hell happened. Of course, Cam Newton, really solid season yet again. A little bit worse than the other seasons, but still solid. In ground game, we gave up on Hughes after the first 4 games. Sony Michel really didn't do a whole lot better. N'Keal Harry might be an X factor. Tank Reed just barely short of being a superstar, I would believe. And then looking at the offensive line anyways, everyone was pretty good. Wynn had 10 sacks allowed, though, which kind of sucks after giving him that huge contract. But still, sack totals, okay. Blizzard, I like it. Josh, pretty decent. Pick totals, Gilmore was all right. Kicking, Santos, yikes. We might actually put Flanagan in now. I don't know. That was a really bad season by Cairo Santos, though. As far as yearly awards go, of course, Mahomes MVP for 3 straight seasons. This time, though, Cam nowhere to be found on the awards list. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Hughes still wins it. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, no win from us yet again. And then every other award was pretty much not us even close. Going against those 11-5 Bengals, we are an 88 overall. They're an 82. Can't wait for us to blow it. Going to the end of the game, no one really has a lead. There we go. We get 7 points. No one really had a command of the game at that point. Of course, we didn't get a bye week this time around because, we choked it those last 4 games out of 5. Right now, though, not looking good for us. I mean, we're going toe-to-toe with the Bengals, which isn't a good sight. You want to dominate. There's 2 minutes left. 4th and 8. And I'm sorry, I got a little angry there. I can't lie. I got a little too loud. It's 4th and 8, and you run the ball. Fair enough. It actually did almost work, right? But it didn't, and now you are fired, Bill. Over the middle. Great job by Gilmore. And it's going to be a tough task trying to win this game. All right. We did pretty much say exactly that. We did say 30 yards. That wasn't quite 30, but Reed looks pretty good. Cam Newton with his little cam pose, taking up all the valuable time in the world. That is a tough one and dropped. I try to fade that to the left side. N'Keal Harry does get the look, save the timeout as well, which is huge. 10 seconds left. This has got to be a play that counts. And of course, we have like a backups in. Reed to the outside, has the look, and he has the score. I'm going to let the AI kick the extra point. Reed, the man I did not expect to come up with the catch for the score, does it. Second of the day. Was it a little easy for us? Kinda. But then again, it was challenging at the same time. So get the last second score, and we are now on to the divisional round. I mean, you see the way Cam played. It was deserved. It was a deserved win, so I don't really feel bad at all. Did we have our hand a little bit into the games that we, Oh, Cairo, that's it. We're starting the youngster, which makes no sense, but at the same time, Cairo Santos has been terrible. And, yeah, I mean, we played a little bit, but we didn't really change the game too much. I will say, unlikely they were going to score down the field like we just did there, but still, there's a chance. Could have happened. You never know. All right, going against the 11-5 Colts, they are a bit of a better overall, 85 overall. We're still getting even better. We're an 89 overall now. On the other side, you can see Cleveland and Baltimore. Like we said, that Cleveland trade, it was going to be a team that's going to be in the top 5, like we said, pretty much. Obviously, if they lose here, there's a chance they might not be, but basically, right? 7-0 to pretty much end the first quarter. 10-0 now. Defense is doing well. Offense, make it count. We gave Cairo Santos another chance, and I mean, I can't really tell because, we're scoring a lot of touchdowns, but it seems like a good decision as the Colts can pretty much do nothing against us. They score a whole 3 points against this Patriots team as we move on to the AFC Championship game. Cam Newton played pretty much a perfect game. And, of course, N'Keal Harry. I'm glad that N'Keal Harry showed up the way he did. Josh killing it here. Some of these guys that just... okay, it's not a good decision. We're gonna have to bench him. I got to remember to do it this time because that is just... I don't see how a rookie could do worse than that. I just don't, I don't know how anyone could do worse than he's playing right now. I don't know why, but as soon as you give them the contract, they just fall apart. I don't know what to tell you. Please don't be the Chiefs. Please don't be the Chiefs. Please be the Chiefs. Of course, we knew it was the Ravens versus the Browns. I'm just thinking that now. But damn, there was really no winning there for us, was it? I would have taken the Browns. The Ravens have been killing it. Absolutely killing it in sim lately. 12-4 Browns, who are an 88 overall. They have Drew Brees. They have Baker. What the hell is wrong with the Browns? Either way, it's going to be a Cam Newton versus Drew Brees matchup. And we all know who we're kind of hoping for to win. The Browns. Because screw the... Well, there are some people that are like, why does he have to do the Patriots even with Cam Newton? There's no winning. Look at this. Even if we win this, you have to go against Dallas or San Fran. This is a tough task. But either way, going to the end of the game, left to right is us, as you would expect. Defense struggling early, though, which is not a good sign for us, who really can, struggle on offense. I'm not liking it. There you go, 3 points. The rookie hits it. Rookie hits it again. Offense, 20-17. And we don't even need to score. You just hold on to the ball. Oh, they don't hold on to the ball. They go for the field goal. Shout out to the rookie, though. If it was Cairo Santos, if we forgot, we would have probably lost the game. Cam, not as good as his other... Excuse me? Did they, like, already sim that Drew Brees would retire? I don't even know what the hell that was about. Cam Newton ran the ball quite a bit, though. Receiving, maybe should have put injuries on for this rebuild, in fairness, but meh, more fun this way. Blizzard, I mean, I can't believe it. What is the kicking? Flanagan, my guy, 3 for 3. Didn't kick a single field goal or extra point in the regular season. Comes to the postseason in the championship and kicks his way to the Super Bowl. And once again, after we sim this, I will show you guys we didn't force any wins or anything like that. You know, the Patriots, ever since Tom Brady left, hell, even before Tom Brady left in these rosters, hasn't been, you know, the Patriots haven't really been that team. They almost never win it, if ever. And you can see here, we're succeeding, 9-7, and we're in the big game versus the freaking Cowboys. Of course, Hughes, Offensive Rookie of the Year, did get 4 upgrade points. Let's use that on power back. I mean, he looks good. He's primed for the future. It's just, I don't know, do we use him in this like future? He didn't really play well. Obviously, he was only like a 71 overall starting. We only gave him 4 weeks. And once again, like we said, you know, you've seen it. Sony Michel wasn't great himself. He wasn't super good. Looking at the ratings, 92 truck, 86 stiff arm. I believe he got 1 agility upgrade as well. He's a freaking beast when it comes to power moves or power back moves. Looking at the offense, of course, we don't see Reed go to Superstar, but we do see N'Keal Harry going to X Factor, Wrecking Ball, which is interesting. Leapfrog and Slant Specialist. Slant Spec is decent, but the rest is absolutely garbage. But look at this, man. He is a freak. Super possession guy. And offense, you know, really wasn't much. Defense, no dev-ups yet again. Not a safety dev-up, no linebacker dev-ups. Just defense is just barely getting it done. I don't know. But still, it's a great team, 89 across the board. Going against the 88 overall Cowboys. Let's get it, boys. If we win this, the rebuild's over. You know, back-to-back Super Bowls. Happy with that for sure. But this was good. This was, I mean, hell, even if we don't win here and we play another season, we don't even make the playoffs, still a very successful one for Cam, obviously. Going to the end of the game, right to left is us, so nice little start. They do bounce back strong. We bounce back even stronger. Right now it is 17-7. Before half, there will be no scores. I will take that. Start of the half, though, they get a touchdown. We bounce back with a touchdown. And the Patriots, looking strong, get another Super Bowl win. Back to freaking back. 7 straight postseason games won. Absolutely incredible. Cam Newton's the guy. He's the guy. I mean, we did force the dev from from star to superstar. But even then, I think he would have had X Factor regardless. It just would have taken 1 extra season. This was a very good rebuild, and we needed this. An AFC rebuild, or an AFC East redemption rebuild where the Jets was just terrible. We did 2 videos. And I don't even know if we won 1 postseason game. I don't think we did. But here, of course, 3 seasons, 2 of them were Super Bowl winning seasons. Absolutely impressive. Cam Newton is a 2-time Super Bowl MVP, 3-time Super Bowl visiting quarterback, 1-time NFL MVP, several times backup MVP, Pro Bowler, beast. Absolutely redeemed his career. And, of course, you know, making a lot of money on the way. You know, it's basically guaranteed to have another total, you know, $100 million in his career based on this move to the Patriots. And, of course, the Patriots solidify themselves as by far the best franchise in NFL history, without a doubt. Just the best several decades in history that will never be beaten in this state. And hell, even in real life, if this doesn't happen, still probably going to be the case. But with this, it's solidified. Cam Newton played one of the best Super Bowls anyone's ever played in the history of the game. Looking at rushing, Sony Michel was decent. Receiving, Taywan Taylor got involved. O.J. Howard was pretty consistent throughout this one as well. Very good trade for us with him. Sack totals, nobody got a sack. Picks, Gilmore and Michael Davis. The rookie Flanagan. we should have started him from the beginning, from the beginning of the season. He's been a rookie. Cairo Santos, see you later, pal. Rodgers looking at Patriots win another Super Bowl. I can't freaking believe this, dude. I can't believe it. But anyways, that is going to be our New England Patriots rebuild. Highly, highly doubt we'll do another rebuild on Thursday because we just did one Sunday. That would be Tuesday. It would be like every other day, basically. I'm thinking about doing a rebuild, or not a rebuild, a stream tomorrow. Once again, like I said, always pay attention to the community tab. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. Maybe it'll be today. I don't know. At some point, perhaps. Just pay attention to the community tab or on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Regardless, we might as well sell out again since we're already talking about it. If you like the video, maybe leave a like. If you like this rebuild and you want to see more rebuilds in the future, of course, Madden 21 content for sure. Maybe subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Check out the second channel, PKR Plays. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see